Today we need to talk about a funny kissing moment with Soobin and hopefully make you laugh. We also need to get into fans targeting Soobin after a recent morning date that he had, and then we need to get into TXT sales. So hey Dumplings, it's Dave. Decide hater or not, make sure you subscribe with the notification bell on, grab your blue nuts, hit the link merch, and let's go. The internet is going crazy and rioting Hybe over apparently mishandling TXT's concert tickets. If you didn't know what this drama is, I definitely want to break it down and talk about it, because I think this not only affects TXT, but affects the entirety of K-pop. So if you're not aware, TXT has recently gone on tour and has been promoting. TXT members have gotten a significant amount of success, and you can very easily see this as we tend to see a lot of people show up at the airport for the members. There was a recent controversy because for the finale of the tour, it's being held at Gocheok Sky Dome in December. This is located in South Korea, and people were shocked at how empty the venue was, as in the show was supposed to be in December. However, there is still seemingly more than half of the seats still vacant. And usually with K-pop, ticket sales will sell out almost immediately. People were going crazy with many theories as to why, with people saying that Hybe hasn't promoted TXT well enough to sell the tickets, to even things like maybe TXT just needs a smaller venue. However, TXT is more than capable of selling out bigger stadium venues, and the promotion of TXT has actually been very good, as I've been hearing about them a lot lately. The other theory is people speculating that it might be because the prices are too high, saying that if you look at the prices and the seats, they're not worth it. Nosebleed tickets being sold for over $100. And then people saying that labels have completely taken advantage of fans everywhere by selling at such high prices. But I want to explain this a bit. The ticket sales are usually sold at the rate in which they could sell it for. The majority of an artist's income comes from touring and album sales. It's like, for some artists, over 90% of their income. Look at Taylor Swift. She is only now known to potentially be a billionaire after her tour. So naturally, labels will try to make as much money with the tour. However, I'm not trying to defend the action, because people can still argue that it's money hungry. However, the labels can only price the tickets at the level in which people would pay for. If TXT was an extremely brand new artist that debuted yesterday, they wouldn't even think about charging $100 for tickets. People complain about not having money, but then buy the tickets. That tells the label that the fandom is actually doing well financially. Everything you purchase, you are voting with it. You are potentially saying that the price can actually go higher. I would say having this be an example, when the label sees that tickets aren't selling out for the last two shows, they'll take it as they need to lower the price. My other theory as to why the tickets didn't sell out is that the tour is quite strange. It started earlier this year in Seoul, and then they did 2 shows there, and then now they're going back to finish the tour with 2 more shows there. I would say the label might have overestimated the specific demand in that area, hosting 4 shows there. Everyone in that area who is potentially interested in attending might have already attended the first show and potentially want to spend their money watching a different artist in December. I will say, if you're someone who wants to go to Korea for vacation in December and you also want to see a K-pop concert, add TXT to your list and go buy those tickets. Support your boys. They work so hard and they deserve to have those shows, because if they remain mostly empty, they will likely have to cancel those shows, and it's because it might cost them more to do the show than what those shows would even make. The boys are absolutely hilarious and fun. I have no doubt if they do some more promos specifically for the December shows, that they can easily sell it out. They just have to talk about it or even hint towards surprises or special guests for those shows, and then watch all those seats be sold out. You can always tell Hybe is good at picking out groups and people who actually like to be around each other and people who have a good dynamic in the long run, which of course makes the label less scared to invest in them, as the label can rest easy knowing that the boys won't just up and quit due to personality differences or group dynamic. There is a moment that people are bringing up recently that is absolutely hilarious. If you didn't know, Yeonjun injured his finger. I believe there was no specific reason specified on how he did that or what happened, and if there is, please let me know. However, it was during a live stream where all the TXT boys were together and we found out about this. And the injury is not a big deal. The boys and any pop star will get injured. Every time you do anything, you have a chance to get injured. Given the boys do the most on the day-to-day, the likelihood of said injury does increase tenfold. But during this live stream, Yeonjun talked about it, and then Hyunin Kai went to kiss the injured finger. And I just imagine all the fans watching the stream absolutely squealing and having a great time. And then Soobin talked about how he was jealous of the kisses. Because why not say that? Then Bamgyu said that Soobin was injured on the lips, obviously asking Hyunin Kai to kiss Soobin on the lips. Of course, Hyunin Kai went for it and Soobin pushed him away, and it was just absolutely so funny. People love seeing these interactions, and it just shows the incredibly close and amazing relationship the boys have with each other. To be able to be playful, kiss, and do all sorts of stuff with each other, these are things that are difficult to fake, especially since they're not actors. So if they indeed hated each other, it would be quite difficult to pretend to this extent. And it's this dynamic here that all the fans absolutely love and make us all really want to support the group. And I'm sure this causes a lot of ship rumors as well, but it's just boys being silly here. However, the boys do get into their own set of dating rumors, and this is definitely very interesting to see. Soobin and Bebe Rexha have had somewhat a big dating rumor just because the two are very close to each other. And I do have to mention, in case you are not aware, all the members of TXT speak English somewhat fluently, so Soobin can definitely talk to Bebe without too many issues. Soobin tweeted out a while ago that he loved Bebe, and the two managed to connect from that. And I think at a certain point, Bebe and Soobin exchanged numbers and everything. If Soobin's in town, he'd go see Bebe, and if Bebe is in town, she seems to have made efforts to see him. So such a beautiful and cute friendship. Recently, it was believed that Bebe and Soobin had met up, and they ended up taking some pictures together. This sparked some rumors with people saying that Bebe was taking and posting these photos as if she and Soobin were dating, and I guess she got some hate because of that. This is, I think, incredibly stupid. She can post photos of her and her friend like she is friends with him. The type of photo you post when you're dating someone are definitely romantic pictures, where the pictures we see of Soobin and Bebe are just pictures or selfies you take with your friends. Also, you don't know if they are dating or not. I'm not saying that they are, I'm saying you don't know. And who cares if they are? This also caused a lot of harassment for both Soobin and Bebe, as I am sure Soobin would hate if he were told what he can and can't do. And the thing that he can or cannot do is be around someone he really admires and loves. People take moments where they believe Bebe isn't kid-friendly or whatever to say that she is a bad influence with Soobin, and I really don't like this idea because she's obviously who she is, and this is the reason Soobin has liked her. She hasn't changed. People were leaving posts online to ask Bebe to leave Soobin alone, and this is even more ridiculous. Those sorts of people always try so hard to make it seem like everyone else is the villain or the bad person, when in reality there's no bad people here. Also, Soobin was the one who went after Bebe. Soobin has always expressed his love for her since the beginning. It was only after he expressed his love for her did Bebe welcome him and decide that it would be cool if the two had a friendship. Bebe said that she nearly cried the first time meeting Soobin because at that point they both knew each other a bit and it was emotional. Soobin was also such a big fan, and it was so emotional for him to imagine loving someone so much in a non-romantic way, but then a random stranger wants to leave a comment to talk about how the person you love and admire needs to get away from you. The comments of insert Western artist here, please get away from insert K-pop idol here, is such a cliche thing to say, and it's cliche because everyone reading knows that the person saying this has half a brain or is literally 2 years old who found a keyboard. When Soobin and Bebe met this time, Bebe did post about Soobin and her having a breakfast date, and this was super cute. It doesn't mean anything other than the two spent some time in the morning together, and a lot of people who love this interaction were extremely excited as they feel this might mean that the two could make music together. Let me know what you think. Make sure you check on Patreon for more videos. Link down below. Thanks for the comment right here. Love you. Bye.